Good evening. This is PPI Posse from Positive Poker Insiders going over some hand play that I did on 64 spades at a 25-cent, 50-cent pot limit Omaha game. So I'm in the small blind with 6 of clubs, 4 of clubs, and 7 of spades, 6 of spades, which is a fairly strong hand when I'm only, playing at a short game here, a short table play with only 2 other opponents. So let's kind of walk through this hand here. So I just flat, and I make the call against fishing for tilt. I've played with fishing for tilt quite a bit. I've got some good notes on him, and I've got him marked as a pretty solid poker player or PLO player in this situation. So when he makes the raise, I'm gonna call pre-flop with this hand that I've got because it has a lot of potential with runs for straights, a lot of potential with flush draws. I might be a little bit scared if I flop a flush with spades or clubs that these other two players could have bigger hands, but I'm okay with playing this pre-flop and then really focus on the post-flop play of this. So we've got the flop of 6 of hearts, 5 of hearts, queen of spades. Notice with that flop, I am a 68% favorite with still an additional 15 outs for my hand. So it shows that I've got a very strong hand with my 3 of a kind here. So he bets 50 cents, which I felt like was a trap. He's saying, hey, I'm going to bet 50, which is just a big blind. I'm knowing that he's played with me enough that I'm going to probably re-raise him if I've got a hand. So I do that, and instantly he fires back at me. Now, in this spot, I would love to just jam pot again. But my thinking is, there are a lot of hands that he could be drawing to, and we still have 2 cards to get. So I'm going to implement just a little bit of pot control at this point and just flat his re-raise of me. So at this point, I don't believe that he has queens. I put him on more than likely a flush draw, maybe 5s. Queens, I don't believe yet, but it could come around based on what happens on the turn and then what happens on the river. So let's go ahead and continue on with play here. I make the call. The 2 of diamonds comes, and he fires pot at this. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, does he have queens? Let's kind of look at this. I'm a 73% favorite against this player at this point. If he's got queens, well, you know what? He's got queens. I'm looking at this saying I could come back and jam here over top of him. But again, he could have that flush draw. So I think I want to just, work on controlling the pot size. Therefore, in this spot, I just flat his bet. 9 comes on the river, and obviously he misses his hearts if that's what he's going for. If he has queens, I believe he's going to bet here. So I check, giving him the option to see what he's going to do, and he checks also. At this point, obviously, I know I've got the winning hand. And looking at this here, I'm like, yeah, I've won a nice pot, but did I leave value on the table? Being out of position hurt me in this spot. I would have much rather been in his spot in late position. So if he checks, I could easily jam here. So I felt like, I could have lost value on this hand, but in the same token, I've got a 68% chance of winning. I'm okay with taking down the pot of $104. So as the hand plays out, he mucks his hand and shows he did have a set of 5s. He did not have the flush draw. So, I was definitely way ahead of him the entire time on this hand. Thank you very much for checking out this video of my set over set play against a fairly decent player. I would ask that you go out to www.positivepokerinsiders.com, subscribe to our site, and we'll send you a free poker guide. And along with that, we will be sending follow-up communications on all of the good stuff that we've got going on out there. If you don't already have an account on 64 Spades, I encourage you to go to 64spades.com, sign up for an account, use bonus code PPI Posse, and we will see you on the felt. Thanks, everybody. This is PPI Posse from Positive Poker Insiders.